There are many different things you can farm in Diablo Immortal, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to farm basically everything in an efficient manner. And by everything, I mean everything that's farmable, worth farming, that you need to know about. If you already know about a certain material that I'm mentioning, or you're interested only in a specific thing, then check the timestamps and skip around yourself. As well, if you already know about Magic Find and Vanquisher, then you can skip to this timestamp. There are two things that you need to know about being efficient with your farming, and those two things are Magic Find and the Vanquisher nodes. Magic Find is a stat that you get from having your legendary gems ranked up at rank 5 or higher. 1-star gems give 5% each, 2-star gems give 10% each, and 5-star gems give 15% each. You can see your total Magic Find by going to your inventory, tapping the character stats icon, and then scroll to the bottom of the More Attributes page. And if you click on it, you'll see that it says that it increases the chances of dropped items to be magic, rare, or legendary. If you didn't know, in Diablo Immortal, normal items are white, magic is blue, and rare is yellow. And of course, legendary items are the orange ones we all know. Normal items give you 1 scrap, magic items give you 3 scrap, and rare items give you 1 dust. If you're on a newer or lower gear level account, then you'll always get double materials until you catch up to whatever the server reliquary level is. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but my free-to-play account is still below it at a level 61 reliquary, and these are the levels on my gear. Magic Find only affects items that are dropped for monsters, as it mentions. So anything that comes out of a chest is going to be unaffected. And this has no effect on rune drops, set item drops, or any type of gems. Only items dropped from monsters. The second thing you need to know about is the Vanquisher Paragon. Specifically, the Treasure Find, Greed, Swift Learner, and Gold Find nodes. Treasure Find and Swift Learner only apply to elite monsters, but Gold Find affects gold drops from any monster. If you're killing anything and you need scrap, dust, or legendary items, you must be using this Paragon. It outweighs the benefits of having more damage from other nodes, and keep in mind that Treasure Find just gives a flat increase in drop rate of any item, so this works best if you have high Magic Find along with it, so that you can make sure that more of these extra items that drop are higher quality. For the 5th Paragon node, I just recommend that you use Exorcism for the flat damage increase, but if you are in need for some speed, then you can use Boundless Strides. Now that we know about Magic Find and Vanquisher, let's quickly talk about elite monsters, because there are a few things that can only be dropped by these guys, and they also have the best drop rates for everything else. Blizzard doesn't tell us the exact drop rates of anything, but elite monsters are the only ones that can drop Spirit Essence and Stained Remains, and maybe Familiar Contracts, because I've only ever seen them from elites, but I'm not gonna 100% confirm that. Familiar Contracts can only drop on the hour for about 6 minutes, and every 30 minutes for about 6 minutes, based on server time. VK is the one who discovered this with his community, so his video on that will be linked in the description. But like I said, along with those drops, elites have the highest chance of dropping everything else from runes, items, normal gems when in a party. So the best farming methods all include places where you can find lots of elites, which we'll get into in the rest of this video. If you're trying to level up your gear or get materials for enchanting, then you need to be farming scrap, dust, and gold. The best place to farm scrap, dust, and gold together is going to be loop farming. I tested this specifically in Stormpoint at the Stormpoint Keep, but you can loop farm in many different places around the map. You can go to a place also known as the Crabs in Stormpoint and farm here by the ship graveyard. There's a place called the Monks in Mount Xavian. You can farm here, and there are many, many more, some of which I have posted on my Discord, which if you'd like to join, the link is in the description. But beyond that, you can probably find your own spot in many different parts of the maps. Stormpoint and Mount Xavian are my favorite places, and that's where I did most of my farming personally. Loop farming can net you over 2,000 scrap per hour, close to 150 dust per hour, depending on your Magic Find. As well, you earn about 180,000 gold per hour here. One of the best places for farming gold. If you have scrap and dust, but you just want gold, then you need to be doing your weekly vault runs, but you can't really farm that. So after completing this, you need to go back to loop farming, or you can either run Erebon or do Verge runs for 1,000 points. From my testing, you can earn upwards of about 150,000 gold per hour doing these last two things, so make sure in the Verge that you're only getting to 1,000 points, and if that's too hard, or it takes too long for your account, then try out Erebon, which any account can do. Just make sure that your build has tons of dashes and movement speed boosts in it to be opening at least 70 chests per run, but you should shoot for closer to 90 each run. Don't get the bonus chests until you're leaving, if possible, because as soon as you touch the bonus chest, all the other chests get locked. Click the bonus chest once the time runs out on your way out. If you want to know how the Verge or Erebon work, then you can check out my Discord. I have tons of info on these game modes specifically. If you're in need of lots of XP and you're out of challenge rifts to run, your battle pass is maxed, Survivor's Bane or Fractured Plane aren't here, then you should also be running Erebon. This is the best way to farm XP in the game, and if your account is at 100% XP rewards, meaning you don't have any boosts on your XP, then you can earn upwards of 7.5 million XP per hour. Of course, as you keep leveling up, you'll find it takes longer to get a level up since your XP boost is going to dip below 100%, but even at 20% XP rewards, this is about 1.5 million XP per hour. This is the activity you'll find people grinding when they're at 1% rewards to boost themselves to the next difficulty when that comes out, and it's really the only way to do so without saving XP from other parts of the game. Also, make sure you're completing Sentinel Stand every day if you're still upgrading your gear. This can be found in Southern Dreadlands and is a tower defense type game mode which can be completed relatively quickly. When you enter, make sure you place down 3 energy towers immediately, then place a bolt caster in the first lane and level it up. If you want to play it safe, then you can start with only 2 energy towers and have the same outcome. Once you can, add another bolt caster, and then place more and more energy towers around the rest of the map. By the end of the first wave, you should try to have 8 towers placed in total and your bolt casters to level 3. If the new monster type is a Goliath, then make sure to max out those bolt casters before placing any remaining energy towers. And by now, you've basically completed the game mode. All you need to do is replace energy towers with bolt casters when a new lane opens, level them up, which should be very fast, and then profit. You no longer need to come back to the Shardstorm after an hour to claim the rewards. You'll just get a notification and it's a one tap to claim everything. So I recommend everybody do this because it's basically a passive way to earn a good amount of materials. And you can be doing this while you're doing any other type of farming. Another thing you can do is come to the Ancient Cradle and kill the Jurat. You can do this 3 times if you're lucky and get some of the fastest dust for those couple minutes that it takes. You should kill him in Inferno difficulty first. If Inferno 9 or whatever difficulty you may have unlocked is too strong, then go to Inferno 1. Once he's dead there, you can switch to Hell. Any of them work. And then once you kill him in Hell, switch to normal difficulty and kill him there. This can give you about 20 scrap in just a couple minutes, and it's honestly a fun way to just break up the grind. I don't know how long it takes for him to respawn, but generally every time I've checked, he's there and I've been able to find him. If you're in need of legendary items and essences, the best place without a shadow of a doubt is farming Helliquary raid breaches. Specifically, Yamnal of the Deluge in Hell 2. Make sure you do your weekly raids before doing this, but afterwards you can just run in and kill the boss, and sometimes a breach portal will spawn. The chance of this is random, but if you go dry and you don't get a breach for about 7 to 10 runs, leave the game, go to the character select screen, and then re-enter. This for some reason will increase your chances of finding a breach quickly within a few runs, and every time you go dry, again for about 7 to 10 runs with no breach, repeat this process. This was shown to me by a player that goes by KC Gaming, and I tested this myself on stream for about an hour, and it greatly increased my luck. As well, I've had multiple people try this out as well, and they all reported an increase in the number of breaches they'd find per hour. The breach portal will spawn in 3 weak bosses. You can kill those very quickly, and then it'll reward you with a chest that can have up to 3 legendary items in it, maybe 4. These legendary items can be from any difficulty that you have unlocked, so it's not only going to be Hell 2 essences. So if you're on a brand new class, this is the best way to farm up all of your essences. And doing this can net you anywhere from 30 to a whopping 45 legendary items per hour based on how many chests have more than 1 legendary item drop. If you can't farm raids or you get bored of it, because it is very grindy, then the next best thing to do is to be running the Verge for 750 point runs or 1000 point runs. The speed in which you can do this will vary greatly, so to be safe, just run 750 point runs. And if you have a good map like Ashworld Cemetery and a good build, then you can go for the full 1000. Doing this can net you up to 15 legendary items per hour. For farming runes, the best place is a tie between challenge dungeons, Verge runs at 750 points and 1000 points, and tower runs at about 5 runes per hour. These can be any rune, so getting legendary runes is really just pure luck. If you have a strong tune, then I say challenge dungeons will be the best place for you to farm since you can get the S-class modifier often, and generally you'll always see elites in dungeons. But for those of you not doing tons of damage, then Verge runs at 750 points per run will be the best for you. If you get bored of that, then running the tower is almost just as good. The biggest thing is you want to be killing elite monsters for the best chances at runes, so in everything I mentioned, those should be your focus. I do have a deeper dive into farming runes posted on my channel if you are interested. For hunting familiar contracts, like I mentioned earlier, they only drop at certain times, that being the first 6 minutes every 30 minutes server time. So if you want to be farming these, then specifically you can jump into the tower right before the hour or the 30-minute mark hits and start looping as fast as you can. Try to kill as many elites as possible, and you just might earn yourself a familiar contract. It's not a guarantee during this time frame, but this is the only time in which they drop. You can farm other places, but the tower is going to be the only place where you can, on demand, guarantee that you're just going to have a lot of elites to kill. If the tower's occupied, then just go to your favorite looping spot and try there. Again, VK and his community found this out. that video is linked in the description. If you're looking for hilts, then I'll list out the places you can earn them here. You can't really farm these, but many people ask me how to get them, so I'll just mention it. For the most part, hilts are going to come from the codex and shadow tasks. As you level up through the battle pass, you'll earn tons of hilts. Each time your character gets stronger, each time you defeat new raid bosses, complete higher challenge rifts, or increase your battleground rating, you can claim some hilts from the Conquest tab. The Hero's Journey, exploration tasks, and achievements will also net you some hilts, but these are one-time completable and not really farmable. The other place you'll earn these are from completing shadow tasks in general, as well directly from the vault. As well, every Sunday, you can earn some by making predictions on the Vigil of Blades or Rite of Exile fights, and if you participate in these fights, then you'll earn 500 hilts for free without doing any predictions. If you're hunting Terror Essence, I'm sure most of you know that these only come from Terror Rifts and you can only do 10 per week, but I'm going to be showing you how to do this as efficiently as possible. The best 3 maps in order are Frozen Tundra, the Library, and Mount Xavian. In the Frozen Tundra, you can come up to the Ruins of Sescheron and farm these 3 rooms, and you'll cap out your fragments within 4 minutes, faster than any other map. You'll do this so fast that you'll just be waiting for spires to appear, and you can complete 9 Terror Rifts in the hour here if you really wanted to. The next best place is going to be the library in the hidden alcove. You can loop around here as well and kill the monsters around the entrance of this room to get all your fragments within a similar time frame of about 5 minutes. But another reason this map is so good is because it's small and you'll spend no time getting around to each spire when they spawn in. And finally, Mount Xavian is a good map because you can come up here to the monks, the same place where you may have been loop farming in the overworld, and then run circles here. You'll always have monsters to kill, and you should be able to cap out your fragments within 5 or 6 minutes, and then be able to kill the spires very quickly. The spires on this map are more spread out, so that's going to eat into your time a little bit. And if you're on a newer account, or an account that doesn't have much damage like an alt, then you do not need to be running these in your highest difficulty. You can do Terror Rifts in as low as Hell 2 if need be. I recommend this, to be honest, because for most players, the benefit of doing Terror Rifts is all about selling Terror Essence. So you just need to make sure that you're destroying all 4 spires. And if that's too hard on the highest difficulty, drop it like it's hot. Even on my free-to-play account, I run these in Inferno 1 so that I can still join a party with others and get normal gems, but also the monsters are still super weak and I never have issues destroying all 4 spires. And if you want to, you can run in Hell 2 if you're not really worried about joining another party for normal gems, but Inferno 1 is where you should run these if you'd like to be in a party. If you're on a newer account or returning after a long break, then you may also want to farm activity points for the Ancestral Tableau, which is going to help increase your CR by quite a bit. The best way to go about this, of course, is spamming challenge dungeons, but this only works if your battle pass is not maxed out. Once it is, then you need to complete your weekly defense of Sarangar, which can be done with the normal defense, or you can just do an endless run for 7,000 points, and that will count as well. As well, your weekly raids will give you some activity points irregardless of your battle pass and if it's maxed out or not. Once the battle pass is capped and you've done all of these things, then the only way for you to earn these points is from purging the depths. You do not need to clear out the whole map to do this though. All you need to do is find the bosses in the wings, get some Ravenous Marrow, and kill the final boss. I recommend you do this if your activity points are boosted, as you're only going to get 40 points per run, but if they're boosted, you'll get a lot more. On my free-to-play account, I did this extensively, and I got myself about an extra 200 or so CR just from this alone. The strategy for this is called 2LSR. You just go into any wing, go straight for 2 tiles. If you don't see the boss, go left. If you can't go left, then go straight. If you can't go straight, then go right. That's 2LSR. This will guarantee that you find the bosses as fast as possible and speed up your runs. Each time you kill a boss in the wing, you'll have a chance at the Marrow, and you'll always get a portal back so you can kill that final boss or go to the next wing to find Marrow there. I will link below a website that is a guide for this, and if I get enough comments, I can make a video guide on purging the depths and remnants specifically. If you're trying to farm your normal gems for the week, getting your weekly 63 normal gems, then the best way to do this is to get a 4-man group and jump into the Verge for 2k point runs. Doing this will give you 4 of each gem, being 4 bound and 4 unbound normal gems each run. And this is quite faster than trying to hunt lairs yourself. And you do not need to kill the boss every time. All you need to do is get to 2,000 points. And depending on your group, you can do this within 2 minutes, sometimes 1 minute and 45 seconds, and that's what makes this so much faster than hunting lairs. If you can't find a group, or your account is very weak and you can't really do the Verge that well, then the next best way is going to be running Erebon, getting to difficulty level 8, and making it out safely. I have more info about this on my Discord channel if you're interested, but I would not recommend that you go hunt lairs Sometimes it is worth to do layers if you're just trying to get some of the exploration tasks, but for the most part, go do the Verge if you have a group, and go do Erebon if you're just trying to do it solo. Now let's talk about plat farming. You of course need to find things that are sellable on the market to make plat. The main things are just going to be your Terra Essence, runes, the odd legendary gem that you get from a Purple Crest, and any random aberrant familiars that you can sell. It costs plat to convert these, so unless you plan to spend a lot of platinum, and I mean a lot, to start messing with these pets, then you should just sell them. You can almost guarantee that you'll be able to sell these random aberrant pets for about 4,000 plat. Cats will maybe even sell for more right now, and sometimes you'll be able to get a little bit more for brood talons. I don't recommend buying Purple Crests with Platinum unless your account already has all of its slots awakened, but you should cap out your Fading Embers with your Elder Rifts every week so that you can craft a Purple Crest for free. And when it comes to selling normal gems, you're going to get mixed answers from everybody about what to sell and what to keep, but I'll just tell you this. If you never plan to do PvP, then you will not be hurt by selling all of your Aquamarines and all of your Topaz gems. There are rumors of the Tourmaline and Ruby gems getting some sort of update, but I'm not too certain if I really believe those. So it's up to you if you would like to sell these yourself. But if you want to be safe, just don't sell any of your gems, and you can use them all and upgrade them yourself. As for runes, just do what I mentioned earlier on in the video. Hope you get something sellable, and then that's the only time you'll really make any plat with runes. The runes that are really sellable are TYR runes, the FA runes, and any legendary rune. You'll also get 300 plat per day from the battle pass, so at least once every 3 days, make sure you get a bunch of battle pass points to earn this extra plat. Your codex will save 3 days of rewards if you don't do this daily. And there you have it. That's how you can farm anything that's worth farming as efficiently as possible. If you have any more questions, please leave them down below, or you can join my Discord and leave those questions there. As well, you can see a lot of the numbers that I've put out for farming and learn a little bit more about the game and its systems. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. You can also support the channel by becoming a member for as little as 99 cents. And on that note, I'd like to thank my current channel members: Gopher PL, Wolfie EMS, Maudi, Tariq Al Dosari, Sarthik Kayasha, Momon YT, KC Gaming, Matthias Johannesson, 5231, Comrade Kims D, Havoc, Elijah, PCK 9159, Salva Cola, Spartan GB, Iori Yagami 9231, 77 Choo Choo, David 26, It's Bandit Season, Oreo 14648, Spizganis SQN 4294, Mermozek, Kuba Bozek 8397, Leon Javinci 6146, Nenny Richard 76, Sunzu I10, 918 DBZ Guide, Danzo Gaming 3360, Shep Angel, Trombone Masters 7893, Ezekiel Juice 1936, Thwonk Yellowstone, Duality, Zuin 1104, TC Link Gaming, Pat Henry Y2H, Muhammad Al-Tahir, Sarabel, Ugly Mo, Randy Up, and Lola Nunn. Thank you all for the continued support, and I will see y'all in the next one. A peace.